Hi, my name is Emily, and welcome to the Delight Knits podcast episode 25. Today is February 18th of 2023, and I am here to talk about all that I've knit on the last couple of weeks. I've kept up so far every 2 weeks podcasting. I've got 2 finished objects to talk about, and 2 whips and 2 future cast-ons. You might be able to guess at one of my finished objects. It is my long summer cardigan by Joji Locatelli. It's kind of, I'm wearing an oversized t-shirt, and this is kind of right where the sleeves end, so it makes that look weird, but they fit really well, or it fits really well when I'm wearing a tighter fitting shirt. I'm gonna come back here so you can see how long it is with my sweatpants on. But here we go. Here it is in all its glory. I did steam block it, not to the best of its ability. I did wear it this week, and it has been kind of rolled up for a little bit. I finished this Saturday, so a week ago, more at once. I am loving this. So last episode, I kind of talked about how I wasn't going to make it that long. I don't think I realized how long it was already at that point, because this is pretty much knit to pattern. So I finished the sleeves, and I did talk about my mistake last time. I don't remember which sleeve was which, but yeah, I mirrored the mistake, so it's not as noticeable. And then let's see, how many repeats did I do of the twisted rib? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the bind off. So I knit this completely to pattern, the second size. I did these short rows as written in the pattern as well. I know some people didn't do near as many, and it does look like quite a bit. I mean, it especially looks funky because of my sleeve. So here, I'll roll that up and it looks a lot better. See, like you can tell where my sleeve's ending, and it looks better without it. Let's see. So I did that to pattern. I know I went through, when I was going through project pages, that a lot of people said they either omitted them or they did like half the amount, but I did mine to pattern. I guess one change I did make was on the sleeve. Instead of doing just a regular bind off, I did a tubular bind off. So I did on my newspaper pullover, it called for tubular bind offs altogether, and I loved the finished look of it. And so especially like my sleeves, you see this bind off the most because you're pulling on it to pull your sleeve. I'm always doing this. Your hands are in your face. I did not do a tubular bind off for this because that would have been insane. Or the bottom hem. You can see all my weaving Steven ends, because that just would have not been worth the work for it. I think I picked up a total of 440 stitches, and I mapped out, like I marked every 100 I did so I can kind of match it side to side. I think it was like 441 stitches, which is a lot. Let me get off my heels. But the yarn for this is Ruby and Rose's yarns. Shocker, right? In the soft rose base, one is Golden Hour, which is the main color, and the contrast color is Twilight. So I used 3 full skeins of the Golden Hour and just barely broke into it for the final collar of the 4th skein. And then I used a little over half a skein of Twilight. And I had 2 skeins, so I have a full skein left over of this Twilight color, which I like a lot. And I might talk about plans for that later, I don't know. But I've already worn this to work once this week, and I absolutely love it. I need more cardigans in my life, which is the plan. So, super happy with that. I did the Weave and Steven pretty much all the way through, because you break the yarn. So, like, I never broke the Golden Hour when knitting, like, back and forth. But, like, each set of 2, like, this is, I had 2 ends from, this I had 2 ends from, and so on and so forth for all of them. So I did the Weave and Steven, worked out great. It's either the Weave and Steven or Nitty Natty's version of it, which she has a video of too, of a weave in ends as you go. It's something that style where I'm not going back to weave in the ends. So that is this cardigan, and it's done. I cast it on in early September of 2022. And I had multiple things that come up after that I just did never get back to it until after Christmas. So my second finished object is going to be a gift. This is the Half and Half wrap by Purl Soho that I knit and modified. I knit it as a baby blanket, and I modified it because I knit it with worsted weight yarn. I used a Lion Brand Heartland. I don't have those bands with me. I used Lion Brand Heartland, and Grand Canyon is the tan color, and Redwood is the bright red. So here is this. Now this marker right here is where I was last time. So I knit from here down to the triangle. So I was halfway through the first triangle half. And so I knit here down, and then you turn it, and then I picked up and knit this entire triangle this week, and I bound off in the red so you can see it a little bit easier there. One modification, or a couple modifications, I slipped there we go. I slipped the last stitch with the yarn in front to get this I-cord edge, or slip stitch, I-cord edge, whatever. And it looks great. I would not have changed that. That just looks so much better than what the garter edge would look like. I'm going to take this off now. And then, so it's a free pattern, and it's short rows, and so I'm not giving anything away, but in the pattern it lists that when you go up and you pick up all your wraps, then you're supposed to knit one way and then knit another, and then start your short rows for the second half of the triangle. And I picked up my short rows and then knit, put my face back in here. I picked up my short rows and only knit one row, because then my right side was facing up. I would have started my short rows on the right side. So that way they, right side and right side, because the wrong side is, in garter, they kind of mesh together. The garter bumps are of both colors together, instead of here where each garter bump is in a single color. It's more stripy. So they matched. But yeah, I am super happy with this, and we are going to the baby shower tomorrow. So that was my big goal, was to finish it, and to be able to, yesterday, to be able to show it off on the podcast today. So I will get this folded up and wrapped up for us to take to the baby shower tomorrow for my newest nephew that is due in a few weeks. So that was my second finished object. And this is what I had been taking into my this has been my portable project of what I keep in the car and take into work on at lunch during work, and my work commute. So happy that is done. Let's see. So I cast on a new portable project that I took with me yesterday to work in my By the Bay Yarn Co. bag, little sock set size, I think. This bag, if you think, it looks full compared to what it usually does when I knit socks. And that is because it has all of my scraps in it that I am planning on using for socks. So I have cast on using leftovers from my Plumpy shawl, and this is Starfish. I think it's Starfish by Massive Skeins. And then Summertime, also by Massive Skeins. And so I have quite a bit of leftovers of this, so I may get a full pair of socks out of this, but this is what I have left of the Starfish, and I plan on using it for heels, if I've got enough, maybe starts of toes or stripes for the toes, I don't know. And then this is how much I have left of the Summertime. So I think I talked about it last time. These are leftovers in cakes, so I'm pulling one from the outside and one from the inside. And I am knitting, like I'll probably knit 10 rows and knit 10 rows and so on and so forth until I have no yarn left. So I may or may not get a full pair of socks out of this. I'll show you the rest of the scraps I've got that I've pulled out that are planned for scrappy socks. I've got this sock blank. I've already got a full pair of socks out of this. I think this is from Arkansas Yarn Co. from the first time I went on the yarn crawl in 21. And then I've got these leftovers from my Boxy, which I knit before I started this podcast, and now my sister has it. Let's see. This is Suburban Stitcher Joy, maybe? I used this for my Seaside holiday tee, which I don't wear much, because the one I test knit it last year in the summer, and it's with the mohair lace yoke, and then the rest of it's just striped. I don't know if I have the other half that it's striped with in here left over. I don't. Oh, yep. This is the Suburban Stitcher Gothic. So these are striped with a mohair yoke sweater that I don't wear because I'm not a fan of the full mohair yoke. We got a visitor. Hi, honey.
I want to try it.
What?
I tried
Oh, you're drying off after your shower?
Yeah,
See, this is something Mommy knit a while ago. Did Mommy knit that blanket for you?
I want it.
You want to knit?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll sit down. We're talking about Mommy's yarn.
I want to talk a short this white.
This is Hedgehog Fibers. I've got a full pair of socks. Birthday cake. And I've used this off on the last one. And then there's just all random ones. This is stuff that is already balled up. It's not skeined up, so I can literally pull it out and use it. So this is what I will use for socks coming up.
I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
I do stuff like me. I just try it to dry.
You're just trying?
I try dry.
You're trying to dry off?
I just try it shower.
You're silly. Did you just get out of the shower?
Yeah, I try a shower.
Okay, go take a shower.
Oh, no.
Let's see. The Progress Keepers. Stitch markers on here are from Sassafras Knits, and I love them. I've got a few different, one set of 8, and then this set here.
I take a shower.
That I like. You take a shower?
Yeah.
That was a quick shower. So that is that project. My new portable project.
I push it to my shower.
Hey. Mommy's talking, okay? I knit this little garter stitch thing with some yarn that my mom gave me from leftovers from something at church. And it obviously didn't work out. But it's a great baby blanket. Okay. My other whip that I've gotten some work on is the Christmas Sampler Shawl Test Knit. I am on color 16, I believe. Nope, I'm on color 15. 15. Oh. The life of having a 3-year-old.
I can shower, Mommy.
I've knit quite a bit on this as well. Oh, there it is. There's my Progress Keeper. That is another one from
Sassafras Knit. Piece of stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's for your cousin.
My cousins?
Yeah, your new baby cousin.
My baby cousin?
Yeah. Yee's baby. That's going to go to Yee's baby.
My Yee's baby?
Yeah.
Hate this year.
What? Here, let Mommy show this one. So I am knitting this out of Ruby and Rose's Advent of 2022. I am test knitting the pattern again that was included in her Advent that I helped test knit back in August. So that is this in her actual Advent because that was what I had readily available that I knew I had enough yarn in. But it's going well. I found a few mistakes. I know I talked about it last time, but it's going great. I've got quite a bit left, but hoping it'll go fast because I'm at the same stitch count now, and I'm not going to do the attached brioche border this time either because those instructions are simple. So that is that. I basically have, I think 40 rows left because they go until your decreases here. I've got like 40 stitches. It's Mommy's turn to talk, so you have to be quiet, okay?
I want it.
No, don't touch it. Hey, listen. It's Mommy's turn to talk, okay? You gotta be quiet. Watch out for Mommy's drink.
What's my drink?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey, I need you to go to your room.
Oh, okay.
Go play in your room. Go play in your room. I got minions on in your room. So go play in there. You can take that with you. Go. I'll see you later.
I want to do this.
Okay. I've got 40 rows left, I believe. Because if you think about it, we're in this shape of a shawl, you decrease until you have no stitches left on this side, which is the straight side that you're not increasing on. And your center decrease, you just decrease until there's no left. So there's 40-ish rows left. So I got that. I can do it. This has been my evening project because I need to do it and focus on the pattern of it being correct without kids around. That may have been the problem with the first one because I knit it with kids around. But I was also speeding through it, so I'm enjoying this. I love the yarn. I'm so in love with it. I want to make a garter marler with it. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to have to frog this. And probably my other one because it has all of my other Ruby and Rose's scraps in it, which I still have. So I can come look at that one while I'm knitting this one to make sure it's correct. Make sure it looks right too. But, yeah. So that's that project. I'm enjoying it. I love the yarn. I got a hole in my sweatpants. I didn't notice that. So I've got 2 future cast-ons. One, I think I talked about it last time. I just want to show off the yarn for this time. It is the Outline Raglan, which is the Arkansas Yarn Co.'s Yarn Crawl sweater. So it is Suburban Stitcher. I'm right in this window, so the glare. That's Suburban Stitcher Sport on Rosewood. And both of these are oopsies that I got at DFW. I got these for 20 bucks each. I mean, That's a steal for a hand-dyed skein yarn. So I've got it, they each have a little purple spot. That'll be interesting to knit up. But I've only got 2. The pattern calls for, I think I was gonna knit the first size because I don't want that much ease. It's designed with 7.5 to 10-ish inches. I don't need that much ease. I don't want that much ease. So I am knitting the smallest size, the extra small. And it calls for 800 yards of DK weight. It says sport or DK, so this should be fine. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe short sleeve raglan, but I think that'll be fine. I was thinking about doing the outline tee, but that one, the drop stitches go like this way, and I feel like I need to, with it coming here, I would need to wear a tank top underneath it, and that would deter me from wearing it to work and like church and out, because I don't want to wear my hand knits at home. I'll put it on for this, but I've got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old who you're about to see again, and they eat and get grubby hands, and then they reach and touch everything, and I don't want to have to wash my hand knits all that often. So we don't wear them at home with the kids around eating or anything. So these are going to be an outline raglan, and my next sweater cast on after what I'm going to show you right now. So I told you I had a sample knit coming and that it was to be a secret. Well, that's revealed now. I am knitting for Zeezee Textiles, Rachel, and I am knitting her a Dear Duomo sweater. And I am knitting that with Snowdrift on mohair and her fingering base. And oh my gosh, I love this. So excited. Today is the 18th, Saturday the 18th. I'm not sure how long her pre-order is going to be open, but I'm going to try and get this up maybe even tonight, because I haven't really been editing it. Maybe even tonight or tomorrow, and it should still be open, and you can get this. She's got some beautiful colorways in her paint and pastels pre-order, but this is the mohair on Snowdrift and fingering. And so I've got 4 of the fingering and 3 of the mohair. That's going to be the Dear Duomo. So I'm going to skein these up and get that swatched, because it's a sample knit, so I've got to swatch it, because fit's a big deal for sweaters. I usually don't swatch. I will at least like start my sweater as the swatch. I know Maddie from We Share Needles recently talked about this, and I was like, yes, that is it. And I completely agree with everything that you said, Maddie. But your sweater is your swatch, because when you knit a square like this, whether you knit it in the round and you drop the yarn and just scoot it over, that's still not realistic. But I want to see how this behaves when blocked as well, because that's important when I'm knitting a sample. For me, it's not as, like my own sweaters, it's not as important, but it is for knitting for somebody else that I've never seen her in person. I've never seen Rachel in person. She could give me her measurements still, but it's not gonna, I can't easily find her fit. She walks so loud. But yeah, that's that I'm gonna go wind up probably right after this if my son is still asleep. Let's see what else. Oh, so the yarn that I'm going to get paid for, I'm going to get a gift card for this. And I'm going to get the colorway from her Paint and Pastels collection. It's the tonal called Woad, W-O-A-D, and it's a blue that's kind of like right in here, like this color, that light blue. And I'm going to get that in DK, and then I'm going to get, maybe I'll try and pop up a picture from Instagram of that color, and then I'm going to get a homespun quilt from Coast to Coast Yarn and DK, and I'm going to knit the Alley sweater. So that's planned. I think I'm also going to, I've got some other plans coming up, or that I've thought about with yarn that I currently own. I have a lot of Ruby and Roses. I want to knit the Garter Marler with that advent, Garter Marler cardigan with that advent, and then I want to knit the Mist Tee by Knit Graffiti, and that is in her Brioche for Knitting and her book, Brioche Beginners and on some Brioche Knitting for Beginners and Beyond. Maybe that's what it is. But I want to knit that, and I think this Twilight colorway, I've got enough of it and tattered pages. Maybe, we'll see. I've got plenty of options. I need to pull out all of the Ruby and Roses yarn and look at those, but that's for a later date, because I've got this sweater to knit, and this sweater to knit, and the Rose Cardigan sweater to knit. Then I can choose. So that is that. Yeah, I hope everybody's had a great 2 weeks. I hope everybody's doing great. Weather's great where you're at. It's a pretty nice day here. So I will talk to you next time, and hopefully be able to show you quite a bit done on this sweater, or that shawl cast off. That's my goal. So I will see y'all in 2 weeks. Bye.